We are joined now by Knox County Mayor Glenn Jacobs, superstar wrestler, politician now. We were just talking about off the air. You got Hulk Hogan speaking tonight. You got Dana White speaking, leading into Trump speaking tonight. You came out of the WWE universe. When did you first meet Trump, and did you ever think that both of you would be in the political sphere?
Well, it's interesting. There's actually 3 WWE Hall of Famers at the RNC this year.
Oh, wow.
Me, Hogan, and Trump.
That's right. They put him in.
So that's pretty big deal. And yesterday I ran into Linda McMahon as well. So there's a very strong connection there. I met him. It was the WrestleMania that we had at Ford Field in Detroit. It was probably like 2005 or something like that. It's a long time, you know. He was there, had the Battle of the Billionaires, and won the match.
Yeah,
actually got to keep his
Vince
hair.
McMahon.
Got to keep his hair.
Well, as we know, the hair is very important.
Yes.
So he keeps that top of mind. We're excited about the speech tonight. Just wondering from your perspective. I mean, as a Tennessee guy, we've had a lot of Tennessee this hour, by the way. I'm sitting here with Mr. Tennessee to my left. The conservative model or the red state model of governance clearly winning across the country. How are you seeing that play out in your home state, and how do you think that factors into the Republican Party platform going into this election?
Tennessee is the best run state in the country. We are the most fiscally responsible state. We have virtually no debt. We have one of the lowest tax state and local burdens in the country. So we're very well run, and it's just those principles. You know, one of the major things is allowing people to keep their money because they know how to spend it better than the government does. And it's just that idea of lower government and keeping government out of our lives as much as possible. And what we're seeing in Tennessee, and Clay can attest to this as well, is we're seeing a mass influx of political refugees coming from the blue states because they're just tired of all the foolishness going on in places like California.
How is that doing for party registrations? I'm just curious. Are you getting red state voters from blue states?
Yes, and now we don't have, we have open primaries, so we don't have like registered Republicans and Democrats like a lot of states do. But you see what happened in Florida and how that whole thing flipped. Going from a slightly blue state to a more
down
stronger.
250,000 because I live there, up 500,000 plus now.
Yeah, and there was a poll that was done probably a few years ago, but anyway, it was like 60% of the people that have moved to Tennessee, to Middle Tennessee, were Republicans. More importantly, they were super voters. So they were actually more conservative than their neighbors. So I think it's actually turning Tennessee even redder.
When you look at what we can expect from Trump tonight, obviously coming off of the assassination attempt on Saturday, I'm curious if you've had any time to interact with him, because I want to give you a little bit of a praise here. I talked to President Trump about Iowa, and he said that you were out in the freezing cold later working harder than almost anybody out there that was a surrogate on his behalf, and he really appreciated that. It seems to us, we had him on the show Friday, that just watching him, he seems more somber and more reflective. Have you seen that?
Yeah, he does. And that experience, I'm sure, will do that to you. I've talked to some people that are close to him. I haven't had the opportunity to talk to him, but some people around him. And the most impressive thing, and I don't see impressive in a good way, but impressive as far as his own emotions about it, he's more concerned about the man that was killed, the firefighter that was killed, and the people that are injured than he was himself. That was the first thing he actually asked was, how's everybody else? So I do think that, that had an impact on him in a personal way. And you can see it just the way he's carrying himself out onto the arena floor and those sort of things. As far as the speech, I don't think this is going to be, and he said this as well, he basically tore up what he was going to say, and the speech is going to be much more about all of us coming together. And, it's funny because the Democrats pride themselves on all that stuff, and literally within 2 days of their horrible rhetoric of, calling Trump a fascist and Hitler, well, 2 days later, they're back to saying that J.D. Vance is a MAGA extremist. So, they're the ones that are driving the division.
What do you think of the J.D. pick, by the way? How does he line up with what you think is best for the party?
Well, I think it's great. First of all, he's a young guy, obviously very intelligent. He's also one of those people that he's lived the American dream. He started out in virtually nothing, very bad situation, joined the Marine Corps, became a lawyer, got in the U.S. Senate. now as Vice President of the United States. So he is a living testament about the opportunities that you have in this country.
Would you have believed that Trump was going to be president of the United States when you were doing WrestleMania back in the day, or that you would feel compelled to step into the political arena too?
No and no, actually. But I think in both cases, it's because we saw some things that needed to change and are trying to do that.
The Rock, huge superstar. He endorsed Joe Biden. And some people can say, okay, celebrity endorsements don't matter.
Joe Biden? I didn't even know that.
In 2020.
Oh, in 2020. Okay, I was like, I don't think he did
But
it.
then he came out with our friend Will Kane and did a sit-down interview and said, I'm not endorsing this time, this go-around. You know the world of sports and entertainment well. Do you sense, as I do, and Buck and I have talked about this some, that there isn't going to be anywhere near the same kind of anti-Trump push from the on the politics front in the sports and entertainment arena like there was in 20?
Yeah, I don't think so. We also see it actually in big tech.
Yeah,
you know,
that's a
David
great point.
Sachs and all these other
we had
people.
We had David on yesterday.
Yeah, that have essentially just left the Democrat Party and
that's
are
a big deal.
Yeah,
Those are like heavy artillery
huge.
pieces that are switching over.
Man, you know, one of the most surprising things in my entire life was the president of the Teamsters endorsing Donald Trump at the Republican National Convention. Whoever thought you'd see that? So it's amazing to see what's happening now. And I think what's occurred is a lot of folks that were kind of in the middle and, you know, maybe even didn't pay that much attention to politics and believed what the media said about Donald Trump. Saturday shook them out of that. And they realized, no, that's not true.
There are rumors, and you're a man who's been in the arena with tens of thousands of people cheering for you before. The rumors tonight that perhaps Mr. 50 Cent will be on the stage. I'm just wondering, one, would that be exciting for you? Two, do you celebrate 50 Cent's catalog? What could you tell us?
Yeah, sorry guys, I'm not really into 50 cents.
Not a $50
more.
Okay, all right, fair enough. He's an honest man, just checking. But it would be quite a moment, Clay, if this were to end up actually happening. This is in the rumor mill out here.
Yeah, we know that we've got Hulk Hogan, and we know that we've got. What in the world is producer Allie doing, by the way? Is this on video?
I have no idea.
We know that we've got a Hulk Hogan, and we know that we've got the Dana White connection. If we added 50 Cent to it as well, that would be absolutely bonkers in terms of the entertainment aspect associated with this.
So, I love you guys, but is this show one of those where I actually have to watch my back too?
Yeah, I was going to say. I didn't know what she was doing. It looked like a steel cage match there for a minute. I thought she was going to climb. I know, come on, the top on you. Yeah.
But to your point, Clay, I think one of the things that's really happening is for a long time, the Democrats were considered the cool kids. Well, now it's switched, and now it's like Trump is the cool
I think you're
guy
right about
all
that.
of a sudden. Yeah,
cool, handsome, smart.
Yeah.
That's the GOP now, everybody.
Yeah.
That's how we do it.
Great to see you. Glenn Jacobs keep ruling in a really great way, running everything in East Tennessee. We appreciate you.
Thank you.